All right, it's time now to welcome a young man who in a few short months has made himself a household name here in Las Vegas as an athlete. This man jumped into the middle of a national spotlight when the temperature was fire hot and not only made fans completely forget about his predecessor, but improved his position in the production of that position by leaps and bounds, all while being humble and continuing to improve his craft, and was rewarded along with 35 other players on the Davey O'Brien watch list for the nation's best. Folks, I'm talking about none other than UNLV Rebels quarterback Hajj-Malik Williams. Hajj, I appreciate you coming in.
Oh, yeah, man. Thanks for having me.
Yeah. Is that okay? Is that all accurate?
Oh, yeah, definitely.
That'll work. First of all, I have to ask you this. What's it like being a football player for UNLV at a time right now when it's the best program in program history?
Yeah, I mean, it's awesome. You know, I think all of our hard work as a team is coming into fruition. You know, we worked really hard. A lot of new faces came in through transfer portal. So to, you know, combine all those guys and work cohesively for one goal is just amazing.
Okay, and a question I was going to ask a lot later, but you kind of brought it up. For you, why UNLV? I mean, everyone knows the history of the program, really just like one season last year that was very good. But why, out of any school in the country, why come to UNLV?
I mean, everything just kind of happened for a reason. It happened out of the blue. So through the recruiting process, it was really hectic. You know how the transfer portal is as far as guys wanting money and wanting the location. So it kind of fell in my lap. So I know a trainer from Atlanta, Georgia, Stephon Brown.
Okay.
He's really good friends with our offensive coordinator, Coach Marion. And I knew about Coach Marion and the Go-Go offense from years ago. You know, they're one of the most popular offenses in the country.
Yeah.
So from there, you know, I hopped on a phone call on like a Wednesday night and got on a flight Friday, and the rest was history.
Wow, just like that, huh?
It happened so fast.
Okay, so when you came into Las Vegas, and stuff I was going to ask you a lot later, but I mean, it goes right now. When you came into Las Vegas, like, what were your thoughts on this city you're from Atlanta, Georgia, coming to Las Vegas?
I never had a whole city kind of get behind me. So it was like, the thought of it was like, man, if I do everything right, I can really help this city just become a better Vegas. And that's, you know, that's big words to say, but, you know, that's really what my whole journey is about. So I think, you know, through our team continuing to win, everything gonna happen how it's supposed to.
All right, I got you. Now, you guys just played Boise State, and 42,228, the largest crowd to ever see a UNLV football game here in town. I wonder about this. What was that atmosphere like as a player? Because I was in there. It was bananas for just a fan, but someone down on the field playing it.
Man, it was awesome. You know, it was everything we needed. You know, we hate that we lost at our home, but as far as the support from our Vegas family, it was great to see them come out and really show love to us and to a program that's much needed. You know, I think, you know, we're growing at a crazy level right now, and to have that support at home, that's really what a home field advantage is all about.
I got you. And you've talked to people that were a part of UNLV's football from past, I'm sure, right? So,
definitely.
like, what is their reaction like with you guys, being you guys were nationally ranked for the first time? You guys are bowl eligible back-to-back years for the first time in school history, and then you get 42,000 out there. I would assume their minds are blown almost as much as mine.
Oh, definitely. Whenever I'm in the community, I have guys or the alumni that come to me and say, hey, I haven't been to a UNLV game since, you know, 1970 or 1980. 1970. And I'm like, whoa, like, and now they're watching again, you know, and I think that's very awesome, you know, and I credit to nothing other than the work that Coach Odom and the staff is doing with us to put us in position to win. So I feel like that's right where we're supposed to be. You know, we take Vegas as our home. It's not just a place where we live and play. It's really our home. So getting into the community and them showing love to us, that's what it's about.
Yeah, and coming from a small school like Campbell where you're at, you saying you never had like a city behind you.
Oh, yeah.
So now, I mean, you're playing at Allegiant Stadium.
Right.
You play at Allegiant Stadium. You know, like Vegas, man, we got billboards and all kinds of stuff. Like when you see your face, your picture and all that kind of stuff, like what is that like?
Oh man, it's just, you know, you gotta lean on what you think got you there. You know, my faith and the hard work. You know, I can't make this up from going to a stadium that's 5,000 to playing at one of the newest stadiums in the world.
And the Super Bowl was just here.
Exactly. You know, so my locker room is right down the hall from, you know, the Raiders locker room. You know, and I credit it to the work in my faith. You know, the Most High is looking out for me, you know, through and through, and that's really what keeps my head down.
I got you. Now, you guys played against Boise State. From what I hear, that there are two Heisman candidates that were playing today.
Oh, yeah, most definitely.
To watch your defense do what they did against Ashton, like I know I was I'm going to go ahead and say this. I went into the game because the over-under is like 189 yards or whatever it was for him. I took the under because I thought the defense would show up. Barry Odom has always coached up your guys' defense, and you guys actually did that in a big way. But to see your defense do what they did with him, be as physical as they were with him, like what was that like for you to see that on the sideline?
I mean, that was our expectation. You know, everybody outside it may have, you know, looked at it and thought, oh, he's going to do this or that, but we knew what was going on. You know, Coach makes us practice the way we do to stop the run and be able to run the ball. Those like our biggest pillars when it comes to winning football. So I think that we were already ready. They came and executed. It wasn't a surprise to no one on our sideline.
I got you. Nobody?
Nobody. Nobody.
Okay, I got you. Now, I wonder about this as well. I mentioned it in the open, the Davey O'Brien watch list.
Oh, man, yeah.
From Campbell to, you know, starter to, you as a quarterback, when you heard that, I mean, that just came out today. Like, when you heard that, like, what were your thoughts?
Thankful, you know, to say the least. All the hard work, you know, is paying off. The journey has been long, you know, rigorous. But I think that if I continue on where I'm at, a lot of my goals and dreams will be met.
I got you, goals and dreams. And I'm assuming goals and dreams next level.
Oh, for sure.
You're like, oh, yes, sir.
Okay. You know, that's why I came to this platform, you know, so I can have that exposure on the bigger stage and the bigger level to, you know, show my skill set and all the hard work that I've been putting in over the years to become the quarterback that I am now.
I got you. And you talking about exposure, like I'd be remiss if I didn't bring up the exposure and the fact what happened with Matthew Sluka and him leaving and you being thrust into the spotlight. This is a question I haven't had asked, and I really wonder what your thoughts are on this. Were you surprised, or I guess your thoughts on just how national that news was? Like, to here in Vegas, okay, whatever, but like that story was everywhere.
Yeah. So during the season, I'm not really too much on social media for like distraction control, but you couldn't miss it. Where like whenever you turned your phone on, it was everywhere, whether it was from family or wherever. So it was surprisingly huge, you know, and you know, but he did everything that he needed to for our team, and we're very thankful for him. But you know, when the opportunity came, I was ready for it.
Yeah, I mean, next man up is what they preach, right?
Oh, yeah, most definitely.
So, like I said in the open, I mean, being thrust into a spotlight and it was fire hot, you know what I mean? Like, because everyone's talking about it, talking about it, and I'm sure you're probably thinking to yourself, like, you know what? Like, you guys don't know what you done. Like, I've been waiting for this for a little bit. Like, I'm not a chump. I'm not a second string player or whatever, right?
Oh,
so,
for sure.
Like, you going into that game, and then you produce more than any production that had been at that position so far this season, right? So, I mean, your thoughts on like how you played and just how you've taken over that spotlight since being a starter.
Yeah, no, like the preparation. You know, I never wavered as far as my preparation. During that week, you know, I'll get asked the questions, whether it's from media or some of my teammates, like, are you ready? Like, ready? You know, like, this is what I came here for.
Yeah.
You know, I didn't come here to be a second-string quarterback. You know, I came to have a championship, you know, and that was it. And from there, playing football was the easy part. I think my character is really what developed the most, you know, doing things that you feel like you earned and you deserve, and it wasn't that. So I think that's really where preparation came into place. So then when I had my time against Fresno, I knew what I was going to do.
Yeah, you knew what you was going to do. And
sure.
I mean, you were put on like a national recognition like immediately, like after that game, right?
Sure.
Yeah, and I'll tell you this, and this is something that folks at home don't know, but like having conversations with like some of our news anchors. And I remember running like a soundbite from you that very first press conference the very first time that you talked in the press conference up with a teammate. And they just talked about like your character.
Oh yeah.
They didn't talk about anything about like production, anything. They talked about your character and just like how humble you were. Like, where does that come from?
Life, you know, my journey, experiences, disappointment, everything that you go through as a regular person. I just learn, and I don't want to make the same mistake twice. So my lessons have, you know, come and been to an advantage. You know, I feel like character is one of the biggest things as a leader that you got to have. You know, I feel like those guys, they, again, having a team full of transfers, they're much older. So you can't really fake it with those guys. You got to really be who you are. And I think through work ethic and how I talk to the team and lead those guys on a day-to-day basis, that's why they were able to bat for me on a national scale.
Yeah, I mean, because you could see it, and me being one type of person, it seems like I can read people decent. You know what I mean?
Definitely.
You could see like your teammates were fully behind you. You know what I mean? Like without them going out and like slandering Matthew after he left. I mean, they want to like yo, you know what I mean? Like Hajj is doing his thing. Like, you know what I mean? Like, we were happy that he's quarterback, and you working with Ricky. I heard that you guys worked in the summertime together. So you already had a lot of chemistry.
So the guy that helped me get there is Ricky's trainer from Atlanta. So we already had that connection. My first day on campus, we started throwing.
Okay.
We threw every week. So now, the stats and stuff is just a byproduct of the work that we put in all off season.
I got you.
Yes, sir.
I got you. And you being a running quarterback, obviously you've heard of Randall Cunningham.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
I mean, you're almost like embodying and improving like what he did. I mean, he was literally like one of the first dual threat quarterbacks in a sense.
Definitely.
Have you had an opportunity to kind of talk to him, and does he kind of help mentor you guys? You laughing like, oh, he's in my ear like he just called me 5 minutes ago.
He literally did.
Did he really?
Literally.
I didn't know this, by the way.
Yeah, no, that's my guy. He has a church. I was just at his church this past Sunday.
Okay.
He allowed me to come in and talk to some kids, some younger kids.
Okay.
So he called and prayed for me before every game, give me some pointers. Just being confident, play my game of football, and his family has it. They took me in and supported me through and through. And he talked about all those things about the crowd being the biggest ever, and how proud of me he is, and how Vegas is just behind me to keep doing what I do. So he's a great mentor in my life.
That's really dope. That's really dope.
Yes,
now, obviously, you envisioned doing well when you came out here, right? But I mean, did you really envision it being like how it is, like it really is right now? Like you guys being like the record, like you being as loved and ingratiated into like the Vegas community and the UNLV community as it has been?
It's tough to say because I never experienced anything like it. I know it comes from what we do on the field and how we execute. If we were losing, it wouldn't be this way. So from there, the love that we get on Saturdays, it makes me want to come back the next week and work even harder. So that's kind of how I go with it on day-to-day basis. Because at the end of the day, the city deserves to win. They do a great job in the community. It's a lot going on, and I think a lot of the support that kind of gets thrown under the bus because of the Strip getting so much of the spotlight. But it's other parts of the town in Las Vegas that are really awesome, and I think that's what made the record-breaking fans come out. It wasn't just those people on the Strip. It was the people that stay here and live here and work here. And those are the people that we do it for. Yeah.
How do you explain what Vegas is like to people back in Atlanta? Because it's completely different than what a lot of people think it is.
Yeah, I think it's a really tight-knit community. The more I get around and off the Strip, you really understand that it's really warm felt, heartfelt. It reminds me of the South. How loving it is. Those people are really. They have their best interest at heart. As long as you come in with the right energy, they're going to take it even further to give you love. I just got off the phone with Tamika. She does a nonprofit, Adobo, and it's in a urban community where she has, plants, and she teaches kids how to grow their own food and all those things.
Okay.
And I feel like those things are stuff that people don't really talk about because you come into Vegas for a 2 or 3 day trip and you think that's it, but. For the people that live here, I feel like the community is really loving and awesome.
No, I got you. Yeah. I got you. Now, I wonder about this as well. For a school that is absolutely 1,000% known for basketball, the Running Rebels and whatnot, to be a football player on that campus, has the vibe kind of changed as far as like how the school treats you guys?
I'm not sure because I didn't do undergrad here, so I didn't know how it was prior to. But the love is there. Walking around, I know the guys are going to class and feeling the love every time. I'm more so in the facility 24/7.
Yeah, you
so I wouldn't. Yeah, but the support is there through and through. I feel it all the time, especially when we run out there on the Allegiant Field on Saturdays.
Allegiant, like in talking about that, Allegiant Stadium, one of the best stadiums. You mentioned it a little bit earlier though, but is it basically like all that you thought it would be, or just even more? I mean, because you're from Atlanta, Mercedes-Benz.
Exactly.
It's pretty nice.
No, it is. It's good. It's great.
But Allegiant, like I said, the Super Bowl was just here. Like just the actual facility you guys have as a college team.
Yeah. No, so the difference between the Mercedes-Benz and Allegiant, like I feel like this stadium is mine. It's ours, We have a locker room that has our name on it, you know what I mean? We have the end zone with our, it's not like it's borrowed or whatever. Like, this is our home field. So when you think of Allegiant Stadium, you can't just think of the Raiders, you know what I mean? So I feel like that's an excellent opportunity for us to come out and showcase our skills every Saturday.
I got you. You feel like Vegas could be like a home for you?
For sure. For sure.
You almost answered Chris, like, why are you going to ask me that? Of course.
Definitely.
I got you. All right, so next up, the goals are still intact for you guys, right? Even after with the Boise State loss, you guys still have an opportunity. You can still win a Mountain West Conference championship, right?
Yes, sir.
And then go to a good bowl. Is that something that I guess Barry Odom, your coach, kind of keeps your guys' eyes on each week to week, but still kind of keeps your guys' eyes on the prize?
Definitely. You know, the organization, we were disappointed in our performance with the loss, but Coach did a great job of picking us up and having us see the bigger picture to understand, like, hey, as long as we handle business the way we're supposed to for these next 4 weeks, we have an opportunity to get what we want. And, you know, that's everyone's mindset going into these next 4 games is just, hey, let's go 1-0 each week and then let the chips fall where they may. You know, control what we can control.
I got you.
And that's the biggest thing.
I got you. And this is an opportunity for you to do this. And I'd love for you to do this. Anything that you want to say to, like, the people of Las Vegas, you know what I mean? Because they don't get an opportunity to see you and hear you talk as much as I'm sure that they would like, you know what I mean? Any kind of congratulations or thanks that you'd like to give to, like, Rebel Nation in Las Vegas for the support they've shown you guys, especially right after the 42,228.
Yeah, definitely. Rebel Nation, we appreciate y'all. You know, we love y'all so much. The support y'all give us every week, you know, we see it and we hear it. We can't do it without y'all, and we do it for you all. So let's continue to come out and, you know, be that difference maker in the stadium.
There we go. You know what? I want to end on that because that's a great place to end. But something I don't know, I think a lot of people may not know. What's it like playing for Barry Odom? Oh,
man, it's awesome. You know, he's a hard-nosed football coach. He makes sure you work. You know, we don't really do too much of that fake, how you feeling, how your body, we go and get it, you know. And I think that's why we're in the position that we're in. And for his career, you know, him leading us to be the first team to have back-to-back bowl eligible seasons, that's a kudos to him and the staff. You know, I feel like the way he coaches us and have us make sure we have great habits and all those things, you know, it goes unsaid on how much he really pours into us, and I feel like that's our difference maker.
As a guy who's been here and seen all the, you know, a lot of UNLV teams and whatnot, I can't agree with you more. Like, just what he's done is he's had an amazing job in just 2 years. It's mind-blowing to me.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Like, it's literally mind-blowing.
No, he's elite. And he has a lot of connections, too.
He knows a few folks.
He knows a lot of people. So as long as we do everything we need to do on the field, I know he's going to take care of us, and that's what he does all the time. And that's just the beauty of having a staff that care about you, you know, on and off the field.
Got you. Hey, join me in saying much success to Hajj-Malik Williams here. Like to see you on Sundays. I'd like to see you guys go ahead and do some of this conference championship. I mean, you guys have played Boise State twice in the last year. I mean, for games that really mattered and whatnot. You guys can get them again.
Oh, yeah.
We've got some UNLV grads over here or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
We need that. We're going to get that rematch.
There we go. Hajj-Malik Williams, quarterback, UNLV, Rebel football program. I appreciate you coming in, my man.
Thank you so much for having me. My guy.
My G.